So I've got this Gamester LMP steering wheel for the first PlayStation. I've not tested it yet, so just got the pedals in there. I'm gonna hook it up, see whether it works. If it does, see what games it works with. So yeah, it looks like a piece of shit. It's dusty as hell. So it's like completely different to what's on the box or whatever. Looks nothing like that. So hook this piece of shit up and see how we get on with it. So find this end of this cable. Alright, so we've got our PlayStation connector. I'll be going into the PlayStation that's out of focus down. It does help if you take out your controller. Can't see it because of the camera. Must be somewhere to plug in the cable for the pedals. Let's find where. On the side. You would have thought it would make sense really to put the fucking thing on the back. That went in easier than I was expecting. There wasn't really any resistance to hold it down. Might just be the age of it. Move this keyboard out the way. So left to right test, quite a lot of resistance in it, but the wheel feels plasticky. Yeah, I can hear it, I'm sure. Put the pedals on the floor. And, get a disc in there. Try Gran Turismo 2 first. Seeing as it should be compatible with pretty much any steering wheel. Switch the PlayStation on. I don't know what I'll do is I'll feed that into the computer, get a camera on the actual steering wheel, so then sync up the videos. So, as you can see, we've now got the steering wheel and PlayStation hooked up to the PC for recording. Also got the Explorer FX still plugged in the that's D-pad's working, so we'll get it fired up. Wow, that took quite a bit of movement there to get just a little change in direction. So not very sensitive, this wheel. It's also because of the cheap plastic, it's, you know, you get sweaty hands pretty quick. I used to have a top drive steering wheel PlayStation 1 that had like a leather cover, or fake leather, clever as we like to call it. Yeah, making a lot of noise. This thing is just creaking and all over the place. Feel foot pedals, just can't see them, but it's just flimsy and squirming all over the place. Like struggling to keep this thing like on the desk. It's just, there's no way of attaching it that I've got. I don't know whether there were some clamps or something that come with the original product, but obviously this came second hand. So there's actually no analog setting on this wheel, so basically it'll be mimicking pressing the D-pad, so it'll work with any game where you can, you know, corner using the D-pad, but if it's a game that requires you to use the analog sticks, then you're a bit fucked, to be honest. I'd prefer to be using analog sticks right now. There's quite a lot of resistance in the wheel. It's actually taking quite a bit of force. It's like giving me a bad back. So overall for Gran Turismo 2, very vague steering, big inputs to get little results. So I wouldn't advise playing it. So we'll have a look at an older game from probably about a time when this sort of thing would have been released. So banging Ridge Racer. So I did play Ridge Racer, but unfortunately there was a problem with the footage. But I did discover that the steering wheel works a lot better. It's more responsive, you know, it's an arcade game. Makes it more arcadey as you'd expect. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to take my word for that. Overall, it's not good for games like Gran Turismo where analog had, you know, you had your analog controllers for the PlayStation and you could use them, but it's alright for games like Ridge Racer, but I'd rather just play with a controller, to be honest. It's not a pleasurable experience.